Hey everyone. So yesterday I was talking about the case of a 4-year-old girl who was spanked to death by her stepfather. And I mean, really, really sad, right? But it also made me really angry. And I know what it's like to be angry as a parent. Like, you get fed up, and there are any number of things that can happen in my day, like any day of the week, that just make me feel like I'm gonna lose it, and that's okay to be angry, right? Like, I want to acknowledge that it's okay to be mad, but I don't want to leave that kind of mark on my children by taking my anger out on them. And one of the things that I do so that I don't do that is to call someone or message someone and just have like a normal conversation. I don't even ask anything special of them. I just want to have a normal, calm, casual conversation. It takes 2 minutes, and it just reminds me that there's something outside of that moment of being furious about something. It's like, oh yeah, well, this is what I would do in this situation if I wasn't so bloody mad. This is what I would say, this is what I would do. And it helps me. I find that works for me when I'm feeling really mad. But it is important to be mad, to let yourself be mad. And I want my kids to know that it's all right to be angry, that they get to be angry about stuff, but they don't get to hit. They don't get to call anyone nasty names. There are like these list of things that they're not allowed to do when they're mad. But so what do you do when you're mad? And, we've gone through this with my son because he had certain experiences of like being treated a certain way when someone was angry. And so for him, when he's mad, one of the things that I've said to him that really helps him in that moment is saying, like, what it's like to be on the receiving end of that. What it's like when someone acts out of anger towards you. Do you ever want to make anybody feel that way? Because you know what it feels like. Do you want anyone to feel that way that you did? And he doesn't. And that kind of helps. And, there are a lot of things that we talk to him about his anger, about things that he can do. He's a physical guy. He's an athlete. So working out and going for a run and doing something that, does something with that energy is really, really good and effective for him. But it takes practice, to get into the habit of doing that. So you don't do something physical like hit a wall, or hit somebody. It's something physical that is here, right? And our 3-year-old, when she has a fit or hits someone or whatever, which is honestly not that often, but it does happen. She melts down, she loses it too. But if she is totally freaking out, she gets a count to 3, and then she's on the stairs. So she knows that she has a decision to make in that count of whether she's going to continue what she's doing. But the other thing that we do with her that really works sometimes, not all the time, is doing breathing. So, and that sounds, I know, totally like, but we do big breaths. So we'll say, okay, take a breath, and if you take it with her and do something silly, it kind of helps to like break that moment of anger. And so, if you go, or do something kind of goofy, it helps her to just, disconnect from the whatever that thing she's doing out of anger and get to kind of a better place. And again, it's like you get to be angry, you just don't get to hit people, you don't get to be nasty to people. It's the way that our house works, the rules here, but it's not the rules everywhere. I understand that. What are the rules like in your house, and what do you do with your anger is what I'm really interested in. So if you can post it in the comments below, I'd really appreciate that. Not just for me, but for anybody who comes across this video, who reads the comments. If you can tell them what you do with your anger, it could really help somebody. So I'd appreciate that. And don't forget to hit subscribe. Come check me out in all the other places that I am, and I'll talk to you again really soon.